Hello guys, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. My name is Negacious, and last episode we went to the track meet that we promised to go. We attended with Rin and watched Emi run, like 3 runs I think. And we also met Emi's mother, Meiko Ibarazaki, who just was there and kinda talked to us about a thing or two. And we went to greet Emi after the runs. She seemed to be in pain and cold, so we gave her her jacket, and we also hugged her after the nurses meeting because she was feeling kind of down or like worried about us. So yeah, and now after taking a cold shower, we are on the school's roof. So let's get going. Strange that it feels so natural for me to go up to the roof these days. I never would have done such a thing at my old school. In those days I liked to eat alone. No, that's not quite true. Though I liked to sit alone, I also liked to watch people. I always figured that was the sort of person I was, but it appears I was wrong. Then again, I also thought I was the sort of person who had a normal heart, so there you have it. I don't know myself that well. Now I'm on the roof, so I can have lunch with a couple of people. And they are both girls, which is even stranger. Oddly enough, I feel closer to Emi and Rin than I felt to anyone at my old school. Somehow I get the feeling they'd at least visit me if I wound up in the hospital. I focus on the view from the roof, banishing such thoughts from my mind. There's a light breeze blowing, and the sun is shining high in the sky. The sky itself is a deep blue, with hardly a cloud in it. Well, okay, I guess the devs of the game were too lazy to remove the clouds. I close my eyes and enjoy the feeling of the sun seeping into my skin. Voices intrude upon the edge of hearing. Seems to have fallen asleep on us, Rin. Maybe he's faking to lull us into a false sense of security. Why would he do that? No idea. Still, he made a good point. We should kick him or something to make sure he's really asleep. No, I don't want a kick into my abs with a fucking prosthetic leg. No, thank you. Huh? What? Emi looms over me like only a short girl can, peering at me intently. Oh, you're awake. I guess we don't have to kick you then. Was it a part of your master plan? What are you talking about? Emi shrugs, her twin tails bouncing with the motion. I'm not sure either. You must be pretty tired to fall asleep out here. Although it's pretty comfortable, I suppose. She plops down next to me and begins to eat. Plops? That's such a cute word. Plops. Rin sits opposite from the two of us, a move which only makes me more aware of the girl sitting next to me. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear Rin did it on purpose. I concentrate on my food, trying to tune out the majority of the conversation that Rin and Emi are having. Despite my best efforts, however, I still can't find myself glancing over at Emi whenever she speaks. I notice how she purses her lips when she's thinking about something, squinting slightly as if that would improve her thinking ability. Lol. Rin says something that makes Emi laugh, and I notice, perhaps for the first time, how she laughs with her whole body, rocking back and forth, head thrown back, almost like she's about to fall over. I probably look like a creep. It's about this time I realize Emi is looking at me. Her voice raised slightly, so she's probably just asked me a question. Huh? Sorry, I kinda zoned out for a moment there. Emi rolls her eyes, while a slight quirk of the eyebrow is the only sign that Rin's ever even paying attention. I said, did you get your career surveying class too? You know, one of those what do you want to do after high school things. I don't think so. Maybe we'll get one tomorrow. What are you going to put down? That's a really good question. I guess I always figured I'd go to college after high school, but I have no idea what I'd do once I got there. And with the heart attack and all, I'd really be concentrating on each day as it came, rather than making long-term plans. I suppose I can safely start planning ahead again. I've always liked having at least a vague plan for my future, so it'll be nice to come up with one again. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that right now I've got absolutely no clue. I've always kinda assumed that I'd figure it out in college. That or just become a salaryman. That's pretty popular. But do I really want to? That's a tough question. I guess I really don't want to do anything. You don't sound very excited about that one, do you? She laughs as she says this, and I'm caught up in her laugh again. It's so girlish. High and giggly like a, well, pardon the cliché, like a babbling brook. It bubbles out of her, starting in her belly and working its way up her throat. I can't help but laugh myself. It's infectious. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty unhappy with the salaryman idea. But to be honest, I haven't given much thought to the future recently. I suppose that these days I've been more concerned with living one day at a time. Emi considers this for a moment and grins. That's a pretty good idea, Hisao. I just wrote down pirate. What? Pirate? Really? That may be a bit difficult in today's society, Emi. I'm momentarily stunned and then I start laughing. I stop myself and manage to gasp out a question. You're not actually serious, are you? Emi looks mock offended. Well, I've got the legs for it already, so I just kinda figured. That's so cute. Even Rin seems amused by this. Just you wait, I'll be the terror of the high seas. I'll show you all. I've even been working on my pirate voice. Oh god, no. She suddenly springs up and begins swaggering up and down the rooftop shouting orders. Yar, me hearties, give me them broadside with the long guns. Well, where their guts forgot us? Do you even know what that means? Rin's unexpected interruption stops Emi in her tracks. Not really. But it's all in the delivery. The ringing of the bell prevents her from demonstrating her point further. Emi dashes off immediately, leaving Rin and myself alone on the roof. Rin stares at me intently for a few moments. Is there something wrong? Rin considers this question closely for a moment. After a lengthy pause, she shakes her head. Nope. Oh, why the staring then? Rin shakes her head again. Nope, I don't get it. Get what? The staring thing. You two seem to, but I don't. Great, she saw me staring. Now she probably thinks I'm a pervert or something. Or no, because it's Rin. I'm sure she is thinking of other things. Actually, probably not. I called that shit. Actually, probably not. This is Rin we're talking about after all. Still, I feel the need to defend myself. I wasn't staring, I was just tired. Rin actually snorts at this, but she doesn't say anything. No, really, I was just distracted is all. Eager to end this conversation, I head back down to class. Shizune and Misha. What is going on? I'm greeted by the twin specters of Shizune and Misha, looking like they mean business. Well, Shizune looks like she means business anyway. Misha just looks like she's about to start laughing at any minute.
Up on the roof again, Hichan? You know that's dangerous, don't you? That's right. The school cannot be held responsible for any injury that comes from being up there, you know? Furthermore, we could report you for breaking the rules.
Misha leans in and whispers conspiratorially. Jesus.
But we won't, Hichan. You three are so cute together.
Too cute. She straightens up again, laughing at my sudden blush.
You're too easy to tease, Hichan.
Hey, come on! I'm still new here, sort of. Isn't it mean to pick on the newcomer like this?
Nope.
Just straight up, nope.
It's to help you get acclimated to the new surroundings.
Ah, I see. Well, do you have to be so overzealous about it?
Yep. Ah, to the side, Hichan. We were looking for you this morning, but you weren't in your room.
Of course I wasn't. I was out for my morning exercise, or here in class, bright and early. Unlike you. Shizune looks peeved, and a bit later, so does Misha, or she tries to at any rate. I had forgotten the awesomeness of these two.
That was because of student council business. You should be grateful that we work so hard for you.
Oh, I am. So, what did you need me for? Not another attempt to rope me in to do their dirty work, I hope.
We had to give you something, but since you weren't around, we dropped it off in your room.
Something? Like what?
Oh, you'll find when you get back, Hichan.
Muto entering the room ends our conversation and we all head to our seats. It's only after I've settled down into my desk and the teacher started talking about something or other that something odd strikes me. What did Rin mean you two seemed to? Was Emmy staring at something too? Oh! For a brief moment, I considered the possibility that Emmy was staring at me the way I was staring at her. Of course, that's ridiculous. I wouldn't say so. Still, I can't deny that I wouldn't mind if it were true. But it's best not to think of that. No need to get my hopes up. Come to think of it, when did I start having hopes like that anyway? I shake my head in an attempt to clear it and focus on the lesson. After class, I make my way to my room. Muto really piled on the homework today. Oh, sorry, my rendering. Okay, now all the interruptions should be gone. Because I'm rendering the videos at the same time when I record these, so sometimes the little noise just kind of pops up before I can close the program, so I apologize for that. Before I can open my door, however, I am suddenly intercepted by Kenji, who has just exploded out of his own room in a flurry of papers. Hey, we need to talk! These rooftop shenanigans of yours, man. They've gotta stop. What? You're running around on the rooftop with the limbless wonders. Limbless wonders? Really? They're women, man! You get yourself killed running around like that. I don't follow. Kenji sighs and adjusts his glasses before what could be understood as an attempt of explaining himself patiently. Look, we're friends, so I'm telling you this for your own good. But if I were going to kill someone, I'd do it by throwing them off the roof and making it look like an accident. And if I've thought of it, you can be sure they've thought of it too. They're crafty, almost as crafty as I am. Okay, Mr. Wannabe Harry Potter. I see. Good. I'm glad we had this chat. Loan me Loan me 500 yen. I'm sorry? I need to get a drink, man. You haven't even paid me back the 1,000... not the 1,000, the 400 yen yet. I've been inside all day and the tap water's been compromised, as I'm sure you know. So I need to stock up on something canned, got it? But to do that I need 500 yen. And since I've just saved your life with my timely advice, you can at least spare me 500 yen. Okay. What the fuck? How? Okay. Okay, calm down. You know, if you don't make him go away, 500 yen is a bargain. I hand the money over to Kenji, who nods in thanks and dashes off down the hallway, but not before he locks his door. What an exhausting person. I'd better go in case he changes his mind. As I close the door, my heel taps into something lying on the floor. It's a brightly colored rectangle of paper. Ah, this must be the something Misha mentioned before. Probably a student council leaflet she slid under the door. However, when I pick it up, I find that I couldn't have been more wrong. Someone actually wrote me an old-fashioned, hand-written paper letter. Who bothers doing something like this in a day and age anyway? Yet, as unlikely as the prospect of receiving one sounds, this is definitely a letter I have in my hands. I was planning on finishing my homework, getting some dinner, and then going to bed in order to be ready for tomorrow's morning run. However, the letter has naturally caught my interest. I sit at my desk to examine it properly. It's the first piece of mail I've received here at Yamaku, so it feels special even if it wasn't something as rare as a handwritten letter. I can't read that complicated Japanese, but I think that's my name. Hisao Nakai. What causes me even more trepidation is the name of the sender, written neatly on the back of the envelope. Okay, that's the sender's name. Iwanako? Why is Iwanako sending me a letter? I have no idea why she would write to me. I haven't been in contact with anyone from my old school since I transferred, and Iwanako is the last person I'd expect to want to write me a letter. The last time I saw Iwanako was terribly awkward, embarrassingly so. She came to my hospital room, peeled me an apple out of the courtesy, and then we practically sat in silence for half an hour. She said goodbye, and didn't look me in the eye when she closed the door. It might have been a natural end to this series of visits that were probably pretty painful for both of us. Every time she visited me in the hospital, I wanted to talk to her, but something stopped me every time. Every time that I didn't speak made the next time even harder. She looked so guilty that I didn't want to say anything that might upset her, and that I could never figure out the right words to say. I think Iwanako blamed herself for my heart attack. That's ridiculous, of course, but knowing it and believing it are two very different things. I told her that it wasn't her fault. She nodded, and I think that she understood that. If it hadn't been that, then sooner or later, something else would have made my heart give out. Yet she looked hopelessly sad every time she opened that door and entered my room. So Iwanako basically feels guilt for giving me like a shocker of asking me out, which in retrospect basically caused my arrhythmia to pop up. So I never managed to say the things I wanted to say. In the end, that might have hurt her even more. Oh. Carefully, I opened the envelope and drew out the folded letter from within. I don't remember Iwanako's voice, I'm sorry. Dear Hisao, how are you? I hope you are well and happy at your new school. Everyone here misses you. Almost all of our second-year class got put together in class 3-1 for the final year, so we are pretty comfortable right from the beginning of the year. I'm sure you would have been assigned to this class as well. The mood among the third years seemed to be very anxious about the final exams, even though they are so very far away. The teachers are badgering us about it all the time. Even old Mr. Tachibana, who is, by the way, our homeroom teacher this year. Would you believe it? I was sure that he'd retire after our second year, but here he is, nagging everyone about studying for the exams. I think things like this are the main reason why the mood among the third years is so nervous. I must admit that I'm somehow losing confidence in myself as well, even though I've always fared reasonably well in exams. It's so weird to think that we are already seniors, isn't it? Time has really flown past. I wonder where it went. The new first year seems so young and somehow really innocent. I keep wondering if I was like them in my first year. I've been feeling nostalgic like this for the whole first trimester. There are other things I want to say. I'm writing to you because I felt like there are things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret that I wasn't able to say them in person, and I have no excuse for it. Yeah, I think I have had quite enough of this. I crumple up the sheet of paper and toss it across the room. My aim is off, so the letter rolls under my nightstand instead of going into my wastebasket. That was an apology for abandoning me. Even I don't know if I really need it anymore at this point. The hospital seems like a lifetime ago, and here, now, I've got other things on my mind. Emmy, for starters. It wasn't great to be abandoned during my stay, but it's not something I'm worried about anymore. In fact, I hadn't even thought about the hospital in what feels like forever until this letter came in. It's almost annoying to have received it. I've got exams to study for myself. I have no time for the past. Now, about that homework. There are lots of these, like this screen. Din, 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 dun, dun, dun. I don't know what to call that. A transition? So, what's the plan for today anyway? I'm waiting patiently in the hallway of the girls' dormitory just outside of Emmy and Rin's rooms. Emmy is apparently helping Rin with getting dressed. I suppose that makes perfect sense, as I have no idea how Rin would get dressed otherwise.
Picnic!
Picnic?
That's what I said.
Sounds pretty exciting.
I know, right?
Rin chooses this moment to make an observation.
The sky seems threatening today.
Actually, I noticed that too on my way over. Despite the sunshine of the early morning, the afternoons seem to have taken a turn for the gloomy. There's a heaviness to the air, as well that usually heralds a rainstorm. I wonder if I should have brought my umbrella. She's got a point. Emmy, are you sure you still want to risk getting caught in the rain? I don't know. I don't even know why I bother asking. Emmy pops out of Rin's room into the hallway, looking shocked that I'd even suggest cancelling our plans.
Of course! What, the threat of rain supposed to stop me?
I can't help but grin at her belligerent response. It's almost like she's daring the rain to come. If Mother Nature were walking down the street, I think Emmy would probably start a fight with her. Or at least challenge her to a race. In fact, Emmy seems almost aggressively cheerful today. Rin wanders out into the hallway, looking her usual self. Well then, are we all ready to go?
I'm ready.
Rin nods and says a single word.
Basket!
What? Beg pardon?
A basket in Emmy's room. You should carry it.
Emmy claps her hand to her mouth, embarrassed.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot all about it. Nice save, Rin.
Emmy darts into her room and emerges with what looks to be a very well-stocked picnic basket. As she hands it over to me, I note that it feels to be heavy enough to be one too, Good lord, how much food did she pack? More to the point, where did she get the money for all of this? So, are we set to head out?
Yep.
Rin gives another nod, and we head out to the dormitory. I can't help but frown when I notice how grey the sky's gotten in the 10 minutes I was inside. Still, Emmy does not seem concerned by such petty concerns as the color of the sky. She's positively skipping as we walk. Which reminds me, where are we going? This brings Emmy up short, and she shoots me an embarrassed look.
You know, I hadn't really thought of that.
What do you think, Hisao? Well, that's the spot where we ate during the festival, but it might be nice to leave the campus for a while. However, I'm not sure if there's any good places to do that in town. Just as I'm about to open my mouth, Rin unexpectedly interjects with a suggestion. There's a park in town near the art shop.
Great idea, Rin. I totally forgot all about that place.
Crisis averted. How do you know? Do you know how to get there, Rin? Or Rin? I don't know. I keep saying like Rin, but it's supposed to be Rin with a R, not R. Rin shrugs.
It's pretty likely.
Well, I'd say the chances are over 50% then.
Good enough for me.
I would prefer knowing for sure, but what the hell? Lead on, Rin. The three of us quickly make our way off campus and take the road into town. The basket's a bit heavy. I hope the park is close by. We pass the art supply store, Rin slowing her pace slightly as we go by. Emmy notices Rin's change of pace and stops. You wanna go in, Rin? Rin shrugs.
Nothing I need. Are you sure?
There's the slightest flutter of a smile on Rin's face, quickly replaced with her usual expression.
Life's uncertain, but on this, at least, I'm pretty sure. Nice of you to offer.
Well, it's not like I'm the one carrying the basket. Oh, come on!
But I'll bet Hisao wouldn't have mind anyway, right?
Oh, of course not. This is hardly a heavy load. I flex for emphasis. Emmy stifles a snort of laughter by pointing to the park at which we've suddenly arrived. Whoa, this looks really nice.
Oh, I remember this place. I ran into you here that one time, didn't I, Rin?
Rin's eyebrows raises slightly.
Maybe. I'm unwilling to say for certain one way or the other. Memory's a tricky thing, you know.
Well, I'll be. We've made it back in one piece after all. The sun's still nowhere to be seen, but neither Emmy nor Rin seem to mind. Oh! This is a cool shot. We find a spot to sit on the grass, and I set the basket down gratefully. Rin looks really nice there. There's a surprising amount of food prepared. Maybe we were supposed to be joined by some of Emmy's teammates or something?
I'm starving, dig in!
She attacks the food as if she's had nothing to eat for years.
Look at Emmy's face! Ah, that's so cute!
I'm just reaching for the food myself when I feel the first drop of rain land on the back of my head. Uh-oh. Looks like the weather's not going to cooperate with us after all. Whoa, look at Emmy's face. That's a new sprite, I think. Emmy glares at the sky as if that alone will hold back the rain. I very nearly believe she can do it. It's one heck of a glare.
It had better cooperate. You hear me, Sky? You stop that raining this instant!
The sky doesn't seem inclined to listen to her, despite her commanding tone she's taken with it. That's just like a big fuck you from the Mother Nature, like, nope. Instead, the rain seems to increase. Rin wrinkles her nose in distaste at this turn of events.
Regrettable? What do you mean?
Rin shrugs.
I could paint this if I weren't out here. Shame to miss it is all.
She doesn't seem angry or annoyed about it, just a little disappointed. Emmy laughs in response to Rin's comment. Just get to cover or something, you're gonna catch a cold.
Guess we should have stopped into the art supply store after all, huh?
The rain increases a little more, offended that we haven't fled yet. Despite the warm temperatures we've been enjoying, the rain is rather cold. I wish I'd brought my umbrella. Hey, we should probably head inside to keep dry.
We're already pretty wet, Hisao.
Don't do what I'm thinking that you're about to do, game. Yeah, but we can dry off this way and maybe wait out the storm. You don't want to catch a cold or anything, do you? Emmy considers this for a moment. I can tell that part of her wants to stay out in the rain, just despite the weather. Unfortunately for her, the weather hardly cares about what we do.
I suppose you're right.
Where could we go? I don't have an answer for her. The area is still pretty new to me. Though I guess I'm slowly getting used to the school itself, the surrounding town remains a mystery. All I know is the art supply store, and that's only because we've just passed it. Fortunately, Emmy soon snaps her fingers in triumph.
That's it! There's a tea shop nearby. We could have some tea and dry out, no problem.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Great! Do you know where it is?
Emmy nods, looking fairly confident.
Sure do. I think. But it'll be an adventure either way, right?
And that is where we are going to leave this episode of Katawa Shoujo. This is getting over long already. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm sorry for like all the stuttering and that kind of stuff in this episode. My Bandicam isn't working correctly with me today. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to show your appreciation, click that like button down below, and if you want to follow my content, click subscribe and the bell next to the subscribe button when you will get the notifications for whenever I upload. You can drop a comment down below showing your support. Any constructive feedback is of course welcome. My name was Negacious, and I will see you in my next video.